Hey everybody, it's me again, Kale, and we're here once more playing more Doki Doki Literature Club. Last time we left off, we had a very intimate moment with Yuri, and then went to read Sayori's new poem, which was surprisingly deep and thoughtful. I was honestly impressed with her. That's my best friend. Anyway, let's get on and read some of the other girls' notes, and maybe Natsuki will think my poem's a little more impressive this time. But we'll get back to Bae in a moment. I just need to see the rest of the girls and let her chill out after our intimate chocolate exchange. Well, I can admit that's better than the last one. It's nice to see that you're putting in some effort. Well, that's good. But I still don't like this at all. You know, the whole tsundere act, it's really grating. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep-sounding to express something. It's going to just sound like you're forcing it unless you really don't suck at it. Honestly, don't bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Do you like Yuri's poems? Don't tell me. Eh? You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? Oh no! It's obvious! Hide! What are you talking about? Keep your voice down. You know Yuri would love this angsty... Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean... Looks like I'm in trouble. I somehow struck a nerve. What I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ow. This is what I get for letting the younger step into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Now I feel bad. Now I just feel bad. Damn it, Natsuki, now I... Damn you, emotions. Alright, let's go see Yuri. Let's see what you've written today. With a surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Kale. This one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you that kind of technique worth... Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques worth practicing. Well, maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Even her hands appear sweaty. Used to this. Used to what? I don't know. That's fine. Take your time. Think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. Yeah, just being appreciated like this, I guess. Probably sounds really stupid. But seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Saying you've never shared your writing before? Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. You really think that? Even your close friends? Aw. come on, Kale, you dork. She doesn't think she has close friends. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Oh wow, she got a long one too. Everybody stepped up their game today. Alright. Kind of wish I'd seen Natsuki's now. Now I feel bad. Damn you, Natsuki. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious will aware of the consequences, well aware that the raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Now perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry, more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood. Classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feel myself again. There's always so much to think about with hers. I was a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit close to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions through them. Yeah, if I can take it at face value, then if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobbies. It's those sorts of things that I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. And why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing. People would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Kale? Well, I do play a lot of visual novel games. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes, and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I'd probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Well, that's taking it a step too far. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Kale. Oh, come on, I'm a dime a dozen. I'm an anime protagonist. They're all over the place these days. That's exaggerating a little bit. It's just how I feel. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. It's nothing, really. Her timidness seems to disappear. Alright, Monica, what you got for me? Hi again, Kale. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote with me today? Sure, here you go. Alright. This one's good. Feels like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is better than the last one I read. Just wondering, but have you been finding inspiration in Yuri's writing style? Everyone can tell! Oh god, I'm two-dimensional! I need to expand my horizons. I guess so. I can't deny that she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like a totally different person when she's picked up a pen. I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature. It's like the lights turn on inside of her. Sadly, it's hard to get much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in her head? In that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. Oh, no, of course not. I just mean that I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still, defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. It's completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Ow. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Damn, my god. That's kind of... It's just a hunch, but... Well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, I know. I was just saying. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. There's a lot of empty space there. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Huh? It's even more abstract than your last one. Huh. I guess it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. I never said that. It's just a kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of that poem. It's almost like magic. Casting a spell of uneasiness on me here, Monica. Anyway. Just gotta recenter myself real quick. That was strangely evocative. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be abstract, as a physical expression of feeling, or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. What? Or when something unexpected may happen. Is that tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Thanks for listening. I just got hit with a meta bomb. My protagonist didn't say a damn thing. It's you, isn't it? You're the one who's going to try and eat me. Come on, you main character. Speaking of which... Boop! She made me nervous, okay? Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today. So if everyone could come and sit in the front of the room... Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together something good in just a few days. I'm just embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparation. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayuri has been working on a poster. Sayuri has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all. Well, it doesn't tell us what we're actually doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing? Monica? Yeah, we're going to have a poetry performance. Oh boy. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. The cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayuri's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayuri, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting these posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no. It's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to perform in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never, in my life, do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys? No, Sayuri. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that. So I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put in a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. The more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find some feelings, the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know I do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Tsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayuri looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayuri and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Aw. Okay, fine. Guess I'll just have to get over with it. Get it over with. Alright! Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. It's everyone! You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh, poor Yuri. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way! Monika? This is too sudden. Well, if you recite your poem in front of the club... Well, if you don't recite your... well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to be able to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off and help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Monika begins reciting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before? Or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monika. Sayuri looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. And I apparently don't care enough about Natsuki to check on her. Now I feel really bad about her. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika! Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayuri? I'll go next. What? Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called... She glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri! It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she stares. She starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure as she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she finishes. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her, as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation, for I am the protagonist. Protag powers activate. I'm the first to start applauding. Because I'm totally not trying to seduce anyone. Everyone joins me afterward, and I give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her. We were caught off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay. I guess I'm up next. Sayuri hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. This one's called My Meadow. Ah! Aha! Sorry, I giggled. Sayuri. That's a lot harder than I thought. How'd you guys do this so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror, or in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayuri begins to recite. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. So I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Kale liked it. Yay! I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. Huh? I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them, depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. And next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know? Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Oh. Don't make me go before Kale. It's not like I can compare you guys anyway. Might as well let Kale lower stand a little before I have to do it. Good strategy, actually. No, totally agree. Natsuki. That's fine, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. Stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. Public speaking was never my strong suit, so I completely relate to my protagonist here. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. When she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little enthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. It's just my friends. It's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine, too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayuri and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club. And impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayuri? Yep! Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well... how am I supposed to respond to that? That's okay, Kale. You don't have to say it. Whatever. Let's go already. But he's always tasing me. I walk home with Sayuri once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. But today Sayuri is being a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayuri. Sorry, I was spacing out. No wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to... I mean... I just imagine her doing the awkward finger push together. So let's just say that one day, Yuri asked to walk home with you. Is it obvious to everyone? I expected at least to fly over Sayuri's head. What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. She's your best friend, Kale. The least you could do is not be a dick to her. Yuri is nowhere around here. You have nobody to impress. Just be yourself. Although we all know that's not exactly how these games work, I still want to be a nice guy, and I need to find a way to make it up to Natsuki. Probably already pissed her off on the point of no return anyway. I'd still walk home with Sayuri. You really think I would ditch you for Yuri? Hmm? But she's so beautiful and smart. Jeez. I already see her in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. I'm so silly, Kale. You think about me too much sometimes. Yuri would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sorry, I've already made up my mind. Besides, we live like 2 houses away from each other. I don't even know where Yuri lives. Could be in opposite directions. That would just be awkward and potentially time-consuming. I can't figure you out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never going to happen? The conversation trails off. It's kind of a weird thing for Sayuri to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. And again, the festival is only a few days away. What will happen in that time? Who knows what will happen indeed. We will write our next poem and continue on the next day in the next episode. For now, I gotta save the game because apparently even Monica believes I can never save enough, which was weird. And it's the first sign of this game getting rural meta on me. So, yeah. I'm going to assume it doesn't stop there, and just continue to go with the flow. Anyway, if you're all enjoying yourselves, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're going to comment, please try and keep the spoilers to an absolute minimum of 0. I haven't done this. I know very little about this. Basically, all I have to go on is some thumbnails, because, yeah, I still watch YouTube. I can't really avoid them. But I do avoid clicking them. So, please try and keep me in the dark as much as possible, and I will appreciate you for it. Anyway, till the next time, you will have yourselves a frabjous day, and we'll see you in the next literary adventure. Later.